So one's gonna take 5 and one's gonna take 11. Lightning damage as a giant lightning bolt comes rippling down from him. And it is also going to set fire to Deck. There's going to be some
put that fire out.
Down here from that too, and everyone's going to start shouting below Deck, panicking. Then it's Pigoo's turn.
I run up to where the lightning bolt was. Can I somehow try to inspect or use insight or try to figure out how this crazed mage is accessing magic?
You know what? Just try a small spell here. A small spell. Like oh. It works absolutely fine, but it misses the crazed mage as he dodges it. But now he's looking at you and he looks really pissed.
The fuck? Magic works?
Yeah, apparently
Ooh.
magic works here. But yeah, if that's your turn.
Yes.
Crocodiles here. And then it's Ozzo's turn below deck. As he just heard something hit the deck and like lightning came shooting through and there's a little fire there now. There's people freaking out all around.
I cast darkness.
What the What?
Like, centered in the middle of the bottom of the boat.
Oh, okay. Alright.
I tell everybody to leave me alone.
Oh, you just fuck off!
Well, I'm gonna leave it fine, but everyone's panicking even more now.
How does that impact us above deck?
You might be able to see that
deck to get out.
the darkness spreads around corners and stuff like that. So how deep is the boat?
I'm gonna say it's pretty fucking deep, because I don't want to have to deal with that.
So yeah, like a few feet, maybe like knee height on the boat just becomes dark.
Yeah, and you guys look at
Can
your
that be
feet and you're like,
drawn?
what?
It'd just be helpful to know where this weird thing is happening.
Let's say.
It's a 30-foot radius centered on the middle of the boat. It's basically the entire fucking thing.
Yeah, it's basically like all of that.
No.
Okay,
It's like the full width of the boat, but
Trying to get it. It's hard to select. Ugh.
I might be able to draw one.
Yeah, could you just draw it?
Should be something like that. Maybe a little bit bigger.
awesome. That's super helpful.
It's a little bigger.
Does
than
that mean? Does that mean that if you're in the center, though, it would be because it's a sphere, right? Like, so is it doing this thing where in the middle it's higher than it is on the edges?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if it's something Pigu can run into to hide.
It'd probably be a little bit higher towards here, where the actual stairs are to go below that.
Wait, was that the first time that Ozzo cast magic?
It is, but
Yeah,
nobody's seen it.
Nobody knows.
Okay, no, I'm sorry, out of character, I mean.
Yeah.
He do thinks it's the wizard.
He casts dark.
But basically what I want is basically like my shadow starts to grow and like within 6 seconds just envelops the whole boat in shadow sort of thing. Except for the top.
If Puss would be so proud right now.
I know. That's the worst part. But yeah, getting on the boat and after the god thing, Ozzo is very like disturbed. And then people are pestering him, so he's like, get away from me. And then shadows erupt. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna move or anything.
Side of the ship here. I'm trying to direct them to where the dinghies are.
Well, Cuddle is gonna run over here actually and hop on this crossbow here and use his action to load it and aim it at the crazed mate. But that's his turn.
Oh, it's still action.
3. It should be M2, but anyways, they're back away from the fire. Here, and they're just gonna take pot shots at. They're gonna be at disadvantage because he's so high up. Oh, could someone roll a d12 on that? As he critically fails, I'll take the 3. So he needs to make a dex save or he is dazed next turn. Alright, so actually he's the next shot is going to go flying off into the wind and just go kind of like very astray. Duker is gonna run out of the darkness and be like, oh, what's going on? What's happened to Culp? And kind of drag him there, and you can see that the corporal is unconscious.
What's this, sir? Oh, okay.
These ones are gonna dash up above deck as well. Stormy's gonna run over to where Cuddle is and kind of like take command of it, of the ballista, and use his action at the, well, craze me. It misses though. Then Truth over here is gonna just kind of run around tripping on stuff. Gets about
Can I tell Truth to put out the fire?
With what?
Oh.
Just do it! Just do it!
Then it's Viso's turn. Viso is gonna be like, everyone follow Viso, yep, yep, yep.
Yay,
Make your way-
Viso,
make your way
stepping up.
forward. And then it's gonna be Mariana's turn.
All right, I'm gonna usher these 6, or actually, who's R2 on the?
R2?
Yeah, who's
It's
R2?
the blue one. Blue guys below deck.
I'm gonna tell the pink guys, this group of nobles, to join Corporal List down on the dinghy,
Okay.
and then I'm going to go below deck. See what the fuck the commotion is. I'm doubling my movement speed.
Okay, so you're dashing. You're dashing below deck.
If you went, yeah, thank you. All right, what do I see whenever I get down here?
Nothing. It's pure darkness.
Fucking pure darkness. All right, do we got anything?
It reminds you of things that you've seen done by like Iskarel Pustin.
All right, I'm gonna start calling the nobles. Like, everyone everyone try and make your way to the top deck. We're evacuating the ship.
Make a charisma.
Okay. Mary, oh, she's actually.
And you hear like, "Oh, our savior!" Blah blah blah. Yes, we'll do that. We'll follow the sound of your savior's voice.
Follow the sound of his voice. Ow! That was a barrel, I think.
But yeah, these ones are going to come like rushing towards you, and then you kind of usher them up onto the top deck.
Okay.
And then you do the same with the purple ones. And the deck is filling up pretty quickly. This guy's gonna run over, hop down. I'm gonna. Oh, he's good. He landed the boat already.
All right.
These two crocodiles here are going to attack this guy with no advantage.
We shall watch and
They
pray.
both miss, actually. As he's kind of like kicking them away as they're trying to snap at his legs and stuff. Punches one. Red one's here, gonna run up above deck 2. These two are going to attack one at advantage. We'll start with advantage. That one's gonna snap onto his arm, dealing 11 damage, and he is grappled. The escape DC is well.
No look back for maybe like 2 days.
Then the second one's to attack. That one also hits him. 11 damage. and also grapples him. So as he's fighting these other 2 red ones, these 2 green ones come up and just kind of both clamp down on his legs.
No,
and start
Lucas.
like, doing the death roll and stuff. You just hear him screaming below, and you hear Paula being like, "Oh my god!" And Gessler is going to pull out it, like, kind of go over to the railing here and pull out his crossbow and shoot at this.
Why is this sergeant deferring to me? He's a sergeant too.
Coastal Marines, and I'm really lazy. And he's going to hit this one for big ol' 3 damage as it hits the crocodile in the back, but its hide is super thick and the crossbow bolt doesn't go down as far as you want to. List is going to move up into this space and attack this crocodile twice. Oh, critical fail. I need a roll on the first one. Critical fail.
No.
See if he even can make that sound. 11. Oh boy. Hit self on 1 to 3 or friend on 4 to 6. Oh boy. Here we go. So he hits friend. Save or exploding weapon damage. Normal damage if save successful. So he saves, so it's just normal damage. But he's actually going to hit the guy here, accidentally stabbing him for 6 damage. But then he's going to make a critical hit on his second attack, so I needed a roll.
Somebody else wanna.
And it's an additional 1d6 damage. Ooh, big old 2. And then the last of them here. 2. And then it's this guy who's going to try and break his break the grapple. Well, one of them. He does not. And then it is going to be Mr. Crazy Mage up here, and he's going to call down lightning right here, and it's going to affect basically all the crocodiles around him. Dex saves. Just see here, I'll do the crocodiles first. Nope. In that case, they all take. Oh boy. So lightning comes down and just fries everything around. Look back. You see his charred corpse and the charred corpses of many crocodiles floating in the water where that lightning bolt. And then it's Pigu's turn.
Pigu is psyched. He's so psyched that he's going to cast Magic Missile at 4th level against the Crazy Mage, all the while cackling away.
Alright, do it up. Roll your damage, because that's an instant hit. Is it within range? Because he's about 60 feet upwards and 90 feet away, so that would be a combined total of 150.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, shoot. Well, in that case...
It wouldn't add like that. It wouldn't add like that. It would
Yeah.
only be about 120 feet away because of Pythagorean's theorem. of triangle.
Yeah, I have 120 feet
I'm not
range.
good at trigonometry, so.
It wouldn't be 150. It'd be more like 120.
So then 120, I guess.
120 is my range. Do we want to actually do a fact check and figure out what the real distance is before we go through?
I hope not.
Let's just do 120. We'll say it's good.
Awesome. Okay, let me prepare that roll because it's not by default at the right level. $21 damage there.
Cool. You see your magical darts go flying upwards towards the crazed mage, and many of them seem to be absorbed by some sort of aura cast around the mage as well, and you see that his skin, as the ones that break through and hit him, seem to chip away at his skin more than actually do real, like, physical damage to him. But he does take quite a bit of damage there.
Okay.
He's not happy about it.
The other thing I want to do is, if possible, can I run to the center of this shadow and duck into it to hide?
If you so choose. I'd give you advantage on a stealth check if you were to do that. But
All right, so I'm gonna go over.
so,
I'm gonna go here and by the fire. Oh, do I see the fire? Shoot.
you would feel the fire and see the smoke coming, but you probably wouldn't see the, like, actual fire itself.
Okay, well, I'm gonna circle around and I'm gonna be somewhere, maybe around here then, where I can duck and cover.
Alrighty. In that case, if that's your turn,
Yep.
these crocodiles are gonna kind of, like, scatter a bit, because that scared the fuck out of them. Lightning. So they're just kind of scattered. And then it's Ozzo's turn, who is below deck, concentrating on some darkness.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna walk out of the darkness, up onto the deck.
Bumping into Mariana as you do so, or do you, like, nimbly step around her?
Oh, I mean, it's pretty dark, but I wouldn't want to bump
Well,
into her.
I mean, can you see through the darkness?
No,
Or, no, you can't.
same as the noble.
So he bumps into her.
Oh, you definitely bump into her.
Anyway,
Can I make an opportunity grab or considering
Sure,
I'm
but make it a disadvantage.
okay? What would that strength or athletics?
Just yeah, normal strength roll, I guess. Since
No,
you're not
it's
rolling.
athletics versus athletics or acrobatics to grab.
Yeah, we'll do that. So yeah, acrobatics or athletics, but it would be at distance as well.
For me?
Yeah,
But
you
I'm
guys
just
are
trying to
both
move.
blind as bats. Well, you guys are both blind as bats. You don't know what strength to.
Yeah, but I'm not
It's-
trying to not get grabbed, right? I'm just moving.
Yeah, but you bumped into me.
Yeah, but
Like,
I'm
you
not.
can't see
I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just walking. Whereas you're trying to grab me. Whereas I can just like push your hand out of the way. Right? Me dodging you shouldn't be at disadvantage. Just
Yeah,
because
but
we
you
bump
can't
into
see
each other.
me. You bumped into me. That's what instigated the whole thing. So, like, you
I'm just
wouldn't
gonna
have
say
seen
it's
it.
fine. I'm gonna say it's fine, and that yeah. Either way, he dodges you. So yeah, he goes all the way up with evading your grubby hands.
Go catch it.
And yeah, Ozzo is above deck and
So he just goes by and
up
doesn't
to
say
knees
anything,
in
or
darkness.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up with all the nobles in the crowd sort of thing, and once I get to the top of the deck, I'm just gonna dispel magic on the Crazed Mage. So any spell 3rd level or lower ceases to function on him. Anything higher is a DC roll.
Ooh. You're a lucky duck.
Basically be like, no, snap my fingers. He should
As
basically plummet into the water.
As Alzo walks up onto the deck, people who can see him, even though he's like, you know, up to the knees in magical darkness, you kind of see like him say a few things, and he waves his hand about, and then the storm emanating around the mage begins to dissipate. So do various other things. But yeah.
Does
Yeah,
the darkness concentration break after that, or?
No, but I will let go of the concentration of that.
Alright, so
let it
Mariana can
dissipate.
see that the bottom level is evacuated then. Okay.
These guys are gonna get about here. And he's gonna load another bolt. They're gonna fire their crossbows at disadvantage. That's actually gonna hit, dealing 4 damage. That's gonna hit as well, dealing 13.
Did the mage stay floating?
Yes, he is still floating though.
Because it ends all spells, any and all spells, 3rd level or lower. If it's higher than a 3rd level spell, then I have to make a roll for it.
Save. What's the roll?
The DC is equal to 10 plus the spell's level, and I make a spell casting check.
Okay, so the DC would be 50.
How do I roll my spell casting? Spell casting ability. Charisma, so it's just a charisma roll then.
Oh snap, okay, so yeah, he goes plummeting into the
Yes. Great job.
Does he take damage from the fall?
He was
Oh,
90
no.
feet up, he should.
Well, he's hitting water though.
Have you ever belly
Have you ever
flopped
done a
10
belly
feet?
Oh my god, yes.
Uncontrollable fall, he should definitely take damage.
Yeah, he's fucked.
Maybe reduced because it's water, but that would fucking hurt. 90 feet straight into water?
Takes 7 damage.
He would. I feel like he would break bones. Like he would break something. Fuck.
He could land okay. You never know.
I think
Not,
he'd be
well, uncontrolled. Like he would probably fucking.
How is he flying? Is he crazy? Does he even know what he's doing? He's like upside down, like, wah!
Pretty much. Doing like cartwheels and stuff through the air. Whee!
Alright, so all we have to do is worry about the crocodiles now. Nice job.
Did he take falling damage?
A little bit.
Yeah, he took 7 damage.
Wow. We should jump into water more often.
But yeah. Duker's gonna run over there. And then these guys are gonna get here, hop down, but I'm gonna have to roll for them. I'm just gonna roll for them. Oh, they're good. So they get into the boat.
Alright. Come on, List. Get them the fuck out of there.
he is going to fire the ballista at this crocodile.
Watch as it crit fails. Oh, no, it doesn't.
It just wrecks that crocodile.
He just pegs a noble.
That'd be hilarious. Truth is gonna go get a bucket with string attached to it. Try and get a bucket of water to put out that fire.
Good shit.
And Vito is be like, "What do you want me to do?"
Is she asking me right now? I'm below deck.
Anyone really? Actually, that's something.
I don't have a bow. I don't. Anything I can.
You got spelled. She's gonna cast Speak with Animals and be like, "Yo, crocodiles,
Fuck off, crocodiles.
fuck off," and
That's
make an intimidation roll on top of that. And the crocodiles are going to. No, we're hungry. Yeah. That's gonna be Viso's turn. She's gonna try and tell the crocodiles they're way too hungry. And now it's Mariana's turn, who's below deck in darkness.
Alright, I'm gonna go.
No, the darkness is gone.
Oh no, yeah, the darkness is gone. So in that case, yeah.
Alright, hold on. I'm moving my character token. Slowly but surely. This is hard. I'm gonna move by. And I ask what happened to the mage. To either Ozzo or Duker.
He just went falling out of the sky and all his magic stopped. It was pretty awesome.
I scoff. I'm like, he's weak.
Alright, well, it looks like,
Do my hair flip.
I guess, in which case Mariana's like, alright, well, this bought us some time at least, so let's try and get everybody onto the ship. So, any who can actually row, please try and get, actually, List, bring the first boat across. I would like Truth and probably Limp to try and put out the fire. And then I would like anybody, maybe Tumlet, to try and get to the next boat and try and load up another boat.
I can do that. Yeah. Okay.
All right, good job. And is there anything I can do to shit, I guess not, eh? I used up my movement speed, but I can't. I want to help.
Well, most of
fire.
the imminent threats are
Gone.
not-
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you could thank the Mad Mage and look back for that. Yes.
I can what, sorry?
You can thank your toasty dead comrade for that, I guess. Being so conductive in the water.
Oh, fuck. Alright, I guess I end my turn there. I don't really have... I just give around instructions. Get everybody across to the other boat.
Gonna load into this boat here. Load it in. Crocodiles just creep around the boat so we get. Let me think. He's over here. He's just gonna help Refuge get down and stuff. Gonna start. List is going to take the people over there. And then send the bolt back. They're gonna- Oh snap! He gets up there.
No, motherfucker.
And he's all like, "Oh, you thought that was the end of me? Ah, chickens are wearing suspenders." Ah.
My brain won't stop talking to itself.
And then it's Pigu's turn. Keep
Oh,
in mind
Pidu lights
the
this.
raised cabin area of the boat.
Pidu thought he was just gonna have to be attacking stupid little alligators, but now that he sees the crazed mage gen, he's like, "Fuck yeah!" So he's gonna shoot a magic missile, this time at 3rd level, at the crazed mage.
Alright. So you shoot out your magical darts, which instantly connect with them, dealing 20 damage. And you see them all with his chest kind of exploding, and blood and bone ripple out from where most of his chest used to be. And you just hear him like, "Ah! Why don't the rainbows love me? Ah!" And then these crocodiles are just gonna kind of putz around and swarm around the areas of the boats. That's Ozzo's turn.
If you write out the word bed, it looks like a bed.
And what do we have to do with these boats? How do we move with them?
Oh, basically, I'm just making it so if someone in the boat is loaded up and they use their action, they can basically just make it to the next boat. So if you were to hop down into that boat, you'd have to use your action to get down, like make an acrobatics, climbing the rope down. And then on your next turn, you could use your action to be like, "I'm taking the boat over there."
Okay. So make a check to land on the boat, and then use an action to make a check, and then an action to swim across. Is that
Row across.
A row across? Okay, so that takes a lot. What's it take to load a ballista?
An action, and then an action to fire it.
And can I see the mage with the ballista?
It's pretty obscured because, as I said, this is a raised cabin area, but you can kind of see like his top half. I'd say at disadvantage.
Matt, do you have magic missile out of curiosity?
No.
No.
Okay. What's the range of this thing then? Never mind, that's short as fuck. Okay, I'll go with plan A. 15, 15, 20, 30. I'm gonna go towards the front of the boat, and I'm gonna cast some more magic. I'm gonna put it where the mage was.
Do I see him casting magic?
You would definitely see this.
My jaw
Yeah.
drops.
It's vocal and somatic, so I'm doing like Fustora with like my hands.
Mariana's jaw drops. Hashtag lady boner.
I might have to cast that just a little farther.
So basically, he has to make a Constitution save.
Not until he starts his turn there.
Okay.
Yeah, when you move into the spell's area for the first time, or start your turn there.
What's the DC?
I'd have to check. Hold on, I'm just gonna draw the circle. Something like that. Damn it, select it.
Oh, Jesus.
God damn it, select the circle.
I know, it's annoying. But if that's your turn.
Yeah, and I'll end my turn there.
Over here. Where's my limp is gonna go? Get the bucket. And put the fire out.
That seems really practical.
And over, start guiding some more refugees. They're over here and they're like, oh my gosh, what is that? Oh. Here. Just gonna stay where he is. Yeah, so's Viso. Mariana, it's your turn. Wait, no. Viso's gonna try and just convince Crocodile just
Okay.
goes. Oh, snap. Cool. She has convinced the crocodiles to leave.
Yay, good job, Viso.
Like crocodile chirping, like a dolphin or something.
Yeah, and she's basically like, they were just hungry. Yup, yup. There is other food below, though. Yup, yup, yup.
There's what?
But yeah. Now it's your turn, Mariana. Basically, there's only the Mad Mage to worry about.
Okay. So, what are the chances that I could jump in or get into this boat here? Because,
Ooh, that's a far fuck.
yeah, that's, yeah.
I would do an acrobatic check at disadvantage.
No,
So
I'm
that's-
good. I start, Wait, what happened to Culp?
He's passed out.
Fuck, I'm
from
gonna go
creating
get him.
that portal.
Do I, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I'm doubling my movement speed, and I run up to Culp, and I start, like, trying to shake him awake.
He's like, Grandma, I don't want to clean the stalls.
All right,
And you're
I
like,
guess on my next turn, I'm hauling him out of here. But I'll end my turn there.
These ones make their way over. Climb on up. Enlist is like very wary, I guess. These guys are going to climb into this boat. Make saves. Oh, they fall into the water though. And they're thrashing about.
Splish splash, I was taking a bath. They just like plummet like lemmings.
Oh, I say we're finally getting our bath now.
Pella's gonna jump down. we're finally getting our bath now. He's good though, and he's gonna kind of start trying to pull them out.
Fucking idiots, get back in the boat.
They can't do anything. He's still stuck. List is gonna run over, and he's just gonna kick the guy. The boat.
Yay. Boot to the face.
Versus.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Yeah. And he
Okay,
splashes
hold
down
on.
into
If
the
List
water.
goes into that aura, he has to make a save.
Oh shit.
This is
okay.
like, it is not a friendly spell.
It's a Constitution save?
Yeah, my DC's 14.
Passes. So what happened?
I believe nothing.
He doesn't take any damage, it's not half damage.
No, it's like super bad if you fail it, is all it is.
Oh damn, okay. These guys are gonna yeah.
Did Crazed Mage take damage from being kicked?
Nah, I just got kicked out the
Oh.
Or thrown, sort of. A push.
like push, yeah.
Foot push.
And he needs to make a
Not even like belly flop damage?
so yeah, he fails your thing, he takes 4d10 or something like that.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And 1 level of an exhaustion.
He's fucking dead, dude.
That's retarded.
Not really, there's no half damage.
Yeah, so he takes 27. Oh my lord.
And he's
Okay.
exhausted.
He is going to teleport the fuck away. Combat is over. You don't see where he went, but he teleported.
Alright.
There should be some
things
sort
seem
of
pretty
distance.
good.
We're on the open water, right?
You hear cackling off in the distance, but it's not within like visual. You can't see him.
Okay.
We'll meet again, Spider.
For all you know, he's on one of the other half-destroyed boats off in the distance. But yeah, you guys basically now you can all just make what you want.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I pick up what's his face as he's unconscious, and then I try and bring him back or bring him to the other ship.
Pigu is so happy with his magic, he casts Disguise Self just to sort of soften his features.
Oh, okay. Just like,
He's just enjoying like tapping into magic again and then using it for what he actually wants to use it, not like fighting, but like imagery and like, you know, changing himself.
okay. I
Um,
can
All right. I take a minute to address my guys because the other sergeant can address his own crew. Fucker. But I tell everyone good job. That went extremely well, and there was a lot of great efforts contributed by our spellcasters who helped take down that crazy mage. So
Yeah, excuse me, I hit him twice, and then some random sickening spell came out, and I'll give you that list kicked him off. I will admit that. But really, it's mostly me.
well, I think everybody contributed, and mostly,
But not as much.
guess
Definitely not as much.
Well, great job, Pigu. And
Finally, some recognition.
yeah,
He's over there.
great job, Pigu. And then to List for the part you played, and then Ozzo for also contributing heavily to crippling the crazy mage. Yeah, and great job to the rest of the crew for keeping things well organized.
They also drag Lookback's charred corpse out. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, good. Lookback did a good job too.
Yeah.
Though he felt like an idiot. But, I mean, he's heavy infantry. We all know they don't have much brains.
Yeah. Well, let's take a minute to, take a
They're all
moment
kind
of
of like
silence.
sad about it, but at the same time,
Yeah.
they're like,
We
he died the way he lived. A stupid idiot.
never looking forward.
Always looking behind.
Anyway, great job, everybody. And then I leave.
Sarge, as we were pulling Look back out, there's some nasty stuff in the water. A lot of dead bodies. Some of them human. Malazan, actually. The rest, gray skinned and weird looking. And, okay, so as you all have made it to the other ship, the sky continues to convulse over you, actually. And you hear cackling off in the distance as the crazed mage begins doing crazy stuff. But
All right, looks like we're not
it's
done
too
yet.
far away to be a problem right now. You guys feel like you're like, whatever, fuck this guy.
Convulsing?
Yeah. Like with
Can you
with
elaborate?
magic and stuff. Like the sky is just kind of like getting dark again as like, he's kind of like assembling another stormy cloud.
Oh, like as if it's the mage who's doing this, not like the magical.
Yeah. But anyway, as you board the ship, you send the refugees below deck, but they all begin screaming as they enter the below deck. And when you investigate, you find rows upon rows of oarsmen, 15 in all, mostly Tist and D, which some of you have seen before,
Huh?
but some of them are
D?
They are basically black-skinned elves that live forever, and they're an invading race from another realm. They're sort of famous because everyone's like, "Oh my god, Tistandi, they make the best shit."
Oh.
But anyways, some of them are human though, also as well, but all of them are headless. And the Tistandi drummer at the front of the headless oarsman is also headless. And on the main deck, Gessler and Stormy have uncovered a large burlap sack. And when emptied, it contains 15 heads, eyes open, wounds still slick. Sickened by this, you guys head towards the captain's cabin. And when the door opens with a loud squeal, just a second here. I'm losing myself. Even with all that you have seen thus far, the interior is a scene of horror. 4 bodies are immediately visible, 3 of them twisted grotesquely in postures of sudden death. There's no evidence of decay, but no blood is visible. Whatever had killed them had crushed them thoroughly without once breaking the skin. The exception sits in the captain's chair at the end of a map table, as if presiding over the god of death Hood's own stage. A spear juts from his chest and has been pushed through to the chair and then beyond. Blood glistens down the front of the figure's body, pooled in his lap. It has stopped flowing, yet still looks wet. They have the look of Tistandi you found, but their skins are gray, not black. Duker explains that the 4 bodies here are adorned with furs, bone fetishes, and seashells, none of which were the fine Tistandi craftworks he had seen on occasion. Moreover, all were brown-haired, and Tistandi hair was either silver white or midnight black. And then he's kind of like, Gothos' folly. There's mention of 3 Tist people arriving from another realm. Of course, the only one that's known to us is the Tistandi, and Gothos only names the other groups. Tistadur, gray skin, not black. Children of the unwelcome union of Mother Dark with Light. And Kulp, who has now actually woken up, walks in, and hearing this, he's all like, unwelcome. And Duker continues, and he's all like, the Tistandi considered it a degradation of pure darkness, and the source of all their subsequent ills. Anyways, Gothos' Folly is the only tome where you'll find mention of them. It also happens to be the oldest. And Kulp's all like, Gothos, wasn't he a Jagged? And Duker's all like, aye, and as sour-tempered a writer as I've ever had the displeasure of reading. Tell me, what do your senses reveal, friends? And does anyone want to make any perception checks or arcana checks? Because something's obviously weird. Like, why would the blood still be wet?
Boom!
Basically, David's character Pigu, can tell that some sort of stasis spell has been set aboard the entire ship, making times irrelevant while on board.
Quick question though: did Ozo's dispel magic affect that at all?
No, because he was casting that directly on the...
Yeah.
Okay. It would just be funny if everything started to smell bad just now.
And you guys, yeah, and like the blood's still wet and everything. Basically, like everyone seems to be in stasis almost. And Kulp and Mariana notice that there is a bone whistle tied to the captain's corpse. And Kulp is like, I'm guessing that's going to get the boys downstairs rowing. That's my guess, though. Might not even work, but that thing stinks.
What did they notice?
A bone whistle.
Yeah, there's a bone whistle around the captain's neck. But as you discover this, there are shouts from above now. Do you guys run out?
Did you say above?
Well, like from outside, like the main deck. Because as you guys enter the captain's cabin, it goes a little bit below deck.
Oh, okay, I understand.
Entirely below, but sort of below.
Alright, yeah, I go out.
Alright, cool. So you guys all go out. I'm just gonna put you guys like here. I'm going to put
Creepy fucking
here. Because they're freaking out about this. As you reach the main deck, you see that mud is beginning to make its way up the side of the boat and coalesce into pools on the main deck. The foul-smelling muck is filled with seed and rotting plants. And Duker shouts that seeing this, he's kind of like, that means what's underneath us isn't a sea bottom at all. It's most likely a prairie. Wherever we are, it's flooded recently. And as he's saying this, the mud begins transmogrifying, coalescing into shapes and figures. Flint blades appear, some gray, some the deep red of chalcedony. Bedraggled fur slowly sprouts, riding broad, bony shoulder. Boned helmets gleam polished golden brown, the skulls of beasts you cannot imagine existing anywhere. Long ropes of filthy hair are now visible, mostly black or brown. The mud does not so much fall away as change. These creatures seem to be one with it. They number 6 in all wearing furs except one, who is smaller than the others and the last to appear. It is bedecked in oily, ragged feathers of white birds, and its head is nothing but a hairless skull. Shell antler and bone jewelry hang from its rotting hide shirt, but it appears to carry no weapon. Their faces are withered, the bones underneath close to the surface and robust. The socket of their eyes are black pits. The hairless one approaches and looks at Pigu,
Uh-huh.
like makes eye contact with you.
Well, I made eye contact with it.
I look
Stand
loving
aside,
eyes.
servant of the Chained One. We have come for our kin and for the Tistadur. And this one walks forward and is all like, mortal worshippers are Bane themselves. We should kill them as well. We shall, but our quarry comes. And then you kind of like see the mage floating towards you guys again, being all like, all crazy up there. And Duker kind of steps forward and he's all like, there are no kin of yours here, and the Tistadur are dead. Go see for yourselves in the captain's cabin. And this one here, seeming to be more female in nature, cocks her head, and 2 of her companions stride towards the cabin and just kind of like walk in there. And then she swings her head round and stares at Mariana.
I'm going.
And at Ozzo again, and well, basically at your whole group, right? And she's gonna call to you and be like, call down the mage linked to you. He is a wound and he spreads. This must be stopped. More, I tell your god that such games place them in great peril. We shall not brook such damage to the holds. The mage is the madness of a Tatteral. He is wary, he senses us. But no, if the mage in the storm continues to grow in power, the Tatteral shall prevail, and you too shall know his madness.
Done. I cast magic missile.
It hits him, and it does a little bit of damage.
Wait, it can't do just 2. That like it has to do 1d4 plus 1 force damage, right? Per dart.
So you must have rolled first level there, because you did 1d4 plus 1, rolling a 1 plus 1.
But that's per dart. There's supposed to be 3 darts at the first level, right?
So roll 3 more times.
Cool.
Well, that's weird that it did that.
Well, 2 more times or whatever, yeah.
There we go. We do that much damage.
9.
That's hilarious. He has like... he looks extremely wounded, but he's still there.
He's still there?
Yeah.
The hell?
But anyways, after that happened, the 2
Sorry,
warriors
I'm writing
returned
something.
from the cabin, and though no words are spoken aloud, the female nods. And she's all like, they are dead then, and our kin have departed. We must continue our search. We did not anticipate this hole to be flooded. Our task is complete then, and our search must continue. I would lay hands on you, Paladin. Towards Mariana.
I'm fine. Didn't take damage.
No, she's just like, I would lay hands on it. She wants to touch you.
No, I don't consent.
You don't consent?
Let her do it. Let her do it.
Well,
don't-
anyways, as you're going on about this, Corporal Coolp is gonna be like, you're a bonecaster, right? What place is this? And the bonecaster is gonna be all like, I am Hentos Ilm of Logras Tulana Mas. This warren is elder, a hold, Kurald Emerlane. And Coop's like, I've heard of Kurald Galain, the hold of the Tistandi, and then the bonecasters are like, well, this is Tistadur. You surprise me, mage. You are Menias Rashan, which is a branch of Kurald Emerlane accessible to mortal humans. The warren you use is the child of this place. And he's all like, that makes no sense. That's the Warren of Shadow of Cotillion and Amanas and the Hounds. And then the Bonecaster is all like, before Shadow Throne and Cotillion there were Tistadur. And then looks at Mariana and is like, and again is like, I would touch you.
Okay.
So if you step forward, she'll lay her hands on you, and she's like, you are shorn from your god, though he continues to make use of you. I see no other purpose in your existence. Now, I will destroy the one in the skies. Then we must seal the wound he has created. And you see behind the crazed mage, basically a giant wound has opened up in the sky. Well, that's no. All crazy looking. And then she's like, then we must seal the warren's wound, blah, blah, blah. And she looks at this one over here, and she's like, you are clanless, Lagana breed. And he's like, I am clanless. And then she's like, nobody interfere when the time comes. And basically, she's going to begin blurring, and you guys smell spicy goodness one more time. And she just turns into a giant undead dragon and goes flying
What?
and just chomps him up. Nom, 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 nom. And
Is she
then
a soul taken?
sembles back down.
Are you a soul taken?
If you're asking her that, she's going to ignore the question at the moment. And then looks back up at the sky, and you spot that this
Do I understand through
wound
insight
is
if she's a
growing
soul
by the
taken?
second. Yes, you would think so.
Ah, cool.
And then, anyways, Gessler walks up, and he's all like, that's the wound you mentioned, isn't it? I can feel it spreading like a cancer. And then she walks up, and she's like, a soul must bridge it. And then, this guy is on the move as he actually walks up towards Mariana. And then Gessler's all like, hold it! If you need a soul to stop her that wound, use mine. And Hentos looks at him dead in the eyes and goes, insufficient. And then this one faces you, Mariana, and says, I am the last of my clan. Lishai Shan shall end. This weapon is our memory. Carry it, mortal. Learn its weight. Don't ever thirst for blood. And Hans offers you a 3.5-foot flint bastard sword.
What? I thought that was gonna take another fucking direction, but okay.
And then the Bonecaster is all like, now. And he's gonna step back and collapses into a column of dust. And the column twirls, spinning on itself. The air on all sides stirs and sweeps inward, pulled to the whirling emanation. And a moment later, the wind falls away, and this Lagana breed guy is gone. And the remaining Talana mass turn and lift their gazes skyward to the wound. And you're not certain whether you only imagine seeing it, but the Talana mass kind of resumes his form upon striking the wound. And he is gone, and a moment later, the wound's edge seemed to flinch, and faint waves rippling outward, then the lesion begins to fold in on itself and is gone. And this lady here is all like, sufficient, the wound is bridged. We shall go now. And then Gessler's gonna be like, Bonecaster! And then she's all like, Lagana breed claimed his right. And then he walks up and is like, this binding, tell me, is it a thing of pain? And her shrug is just an audible grate of bone, and that's her only answer. And getting kind of angry at that, he kind of like goes to punch her. But she quickly grabs his neck and lifts him up, and they begin to speak quiet words between themselves, and Gessler seems to slump, defeated, and is released. And she just kind of walks back to her kin, as it were. And Stormy runs up to him and is all like, what did she say? And Gessler's all like, she said there was great pain. I asked for how long. She said forever. The wound heals around him. She couldn't command, you see? Not for something like that. He volunteered. And then Duker walks up and he's all like, clanless. As good as useless. Existence without meaning. Bonecaster, how do we leave this place? And then she turns around and she's like, we will shape a path, but something is needed. We need your blood, mortal. Agree, and I will see you safely home to your realm. Withhold, and see your group trapped here. And Duker's kind of like, I will give up my blood, I guess. Yeah, okay. Let's do this.
What douche?
And he walks towards the Bonecaster, who sits cross-legged, humming an incantation to herself, while sharpening a bone dagger.
Wait. Are we leaving right now?
Oh yeah, they're getting ready to do this.
But I have so many questions. How did you get to be this way, Bonecaster?
The ritual of Talon.
How do I do
long,
it?
sad story.
Okay, tell me.
The Imas, the mortal Imas, the Jagged. We thought them as gods, but we found out this was not true. So we pledged to fight an eternal war to rid the world of their tyranny. And here we are today, for the Jagged still remain. We are denied death and oblivion until that day. Or
Is the
until
crippled
ritual
god
is broken.
a Jidid?
The crippled god is alien, called down by mortal sorcerers in their vanity in order to destroy another tyrant. That is another story, but we have no time for stories. If you would see yourself freed from this realm.
Will you come with us?
I cannot.
Why
We
not?
have other tasks. We hunt renegade kin, those unbound from the ritual. those bound to your god. You are technically our enemy, Magi of Chains, but we shall let you live, for you are needed in this ritual as well.
Grumble, 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 grumble.
But yeah, she's gonna basically cut open Duker's hand, and the droplets are going to collect on the deck, and she uses one finger to draw a ritual circle with the blood. And as the blood on the deck begins to hiss and boil and steam away, you're actually going to watch as Higu's eyes roll back in the back of his head, and he just falls unconscious as he feels all the strength in his body pulled out of him towards this ritual circle as well. And as
The fuck? I don't consent.
Flump.
Oh, they're not asking you.
What?
As you
upset and
fall
violent.
into unconsciousness, the Bonecaster's like, I said you were needed. So yeah, but what's going to happen
There's
is
some
another
hella grumbles.
another portal opens before the boat. Great heat emanates from the portal as fiery whips shoot out from it and wrap around the boat's masts and rigging, pulling taut but not burning the wood or even singeing the rigging. And the Bonecaster is all like, Talon, the fire of life, cousin to light, we go through, mortals. Prepare yourselves. And as they're saying that, let's see. These guys are all gonna go below deck, but I don't know. Do you guys want to stay up on top deck, or do you want to go below with the rest of them?
Is there any
Truth,
reason why they're going below deck?
Oh, they see a giant fiery portal. They're kind of freaked out by it.
Well, I'm unconscious, so I don't really get a say.
And
Yeah,
I
you
stay
don't
on
get
the
it.
stern.
Alright, cool. Alrighty. As the ship is pulled through, you see the Talanamas's undead form become that of living beings once more. The Bonecaster, now a beautiful full-figured squat woman with beautiful green piercing eyes, and the warriors behind her similarly squat but much more muscled than normal men, bestial yet familiar and human. Around you, the world is not but a firestorm, and the heat is almost unbearable, but your skin does not burn, nor does the hair on your head. As another portal opens, you smell the scent of sand and feel the hot desert air buffet you. You find the boat and yourselves back in the river, and the boat grinds to a halt on the shore, and the Talanamas, now undead once more, assemble to dust with floats away in the wind. So I will just change your maps.
So that honey that we had just did not wear off. This has just been one big fucking honey like acid trip.
Just a sec, everybody. And you guys start disembarking and stuff.
What was the sword that I got?
It is a +3 flint bastard sword. So instead of doing 1d8 damage, like a regular longsword, it does 2d4.
2d4. Okay.
+3 at the same time?
Well, yeah, but +3, yeah.
Okay. I was like, cause that doesn't make it a +3.
That's not damage, right? That's attack.
The +3 can be to either or both.
It's both.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
Does it count as a magical weapon?
Yes, it does. And no matter how hard she tries, there's no way she can even scratch the blade. Like, it's hard as diamond, basically.
Oh shit.
But yeah, as you disembark, two riders approach, and it's Nil and Nether, the two child warlocks, and they seem quite taxed as their heads seem heavy as they raise to meet your regards. And the little girl is all like, "The fist is 2 hours away. The boat will take as many wounded soldiers as it can carry. Those who will eventually mend, that is. To Aaron. Coltane inquires if you wish to accompany them, historian." And Duker's all like, "No." And she's all like, "He knew you would answer thus, and say it quickly. How does Coltane know such things, historian?" And he's all like, "You're asking me? I don't know, lass. The man's Wiccan." "And no less a cipher to us, historian. The clans do as he command and say nothing. It is not our shared certainty or our mutual understanding that breeds our silence. It is awe." And a mass of yellow butterflies catch your eyes as they come sweeping like a blur across the winds, many diving down to be swept into the deadly currents. "They are migrating, mating, a deadly dance. You see how most are caught in the river's currents. All instinct, all planned. Historian, the fist arrives in 2 hours." And they kind of ride away. And yeah, you guys are given basically 2 hours until the general's gonna arrive and talk to y'all. Because obviously this is some freaky business. Sorry, I'm just fucking with the map here. My bad. A sec. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah, give me a second. XP. Huh. Wow. So you guys all gain 8,400 XP.
That's each?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
And can you guys make perception checks for me as well?
Pedro sees nothing.
Well, Matt and Mariana noticed this, but you notice that your skin has been tanned a almost golden brown, and your hair, if it was dark, it is now blonde.
What if it wasn't dark?
Then it's even paler than it was before.
Okay.
I don't think Pedro notices it because his disguise self spell is still in effect.
Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, Viso, who is like green, is now like brown. Basically, you guys look like you got really good.
So wait, is Mariana blonde now, or like what you said? The hair gone.
Yeah.
Time for the dumb blonde joke.
Yeah. So I think we should go this way. On the sergeant.
Oh my god.
Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out.
But yeah, I think you guys leveled up actually.
Hmm?
32.
Because the next level up is 34,000. So let's just see. What's the...
No, we're at we should be at 32,625.
Okay, so 32.
So we're like almost there.
So you're almost there.
Yeah.
We short resting?
If you guys want to. Yeah.
Pidu wants to.
Yeah, I don't need to do anything that a short rest can give me, but I will rest, per se.
I'm
so
using Arcane Recovery, grabbing some more spell slots.
just to help me piece this together, Evan, are we still on the ship, or are we like
You're off the boat now.
we're off the boat? Okay, so what are we doing now that we're off the boat? What where are we?
Waiting 2
Near
hours
the-
for the general?
Yeah, the general's coming to talk to
Okay.
you. And I will be right back. Food and drink.
While we're waiting, Peter's also gonna, like, during the rest or when the rest is over, I want to give a shot at doing a minor illusion. See how.
I think Evan may be away.
Whoops, I missed that. I'll ask him when he gets back.
Mariana, actually, you and I can do some role playing or whatever, but she asked if you're all right because of like the whole ordeal from the ship. Your character, like, or Kigu passed.
She's
out.
talking to me.
Yeah, she's talking to you. She's like, "How are you feeling?"
I feel fine. He's like, is there something? Can I help you with something?
Well, I'm just concerned. You fell unconscious all. He goes, "Okay. As long as you're okay, then I'll let you be." And I go away.
Piju's happy.
Fucker.
I don't mean to be killing your role playing vibe, but he definitely, unless there's a reason, he doesn't much care for you.
I thought we were going close though. I thought we had a good thing going.
Well, I think he thought wrong.
I guess so. Ouch.
No, honestly, Pidu's, well, yeah, he's not necessarily conveying this to Mariana, but he's getting a little bit frustrated, right? Because like, what is his goal being? It's about like trying to, make himself look pretty or beautiful or whatever, like trying to fit in. And now he's further away from his like original clan who he wanted to do this for. And he has had to spend so much time in survival that he's like been learning survival spells and not like what he actually wants to learn. So he's just getting a little bit pissed with everything that's happening.
Okay.
I'm being.
But I guess yeah, she'll let you, I guess, enjoy some downtime or whatever. She's just checking on you.
Yeah.
And Pidu does not appreciate that at all.
Like, fuck off already.
Exactly. Hey, was that Evan back or Ozzo back?
Yeah, I'm back.
That was Evan.
Matt.
Is Matt not here?
I am.
Doesn't sound like it.
Oh,
Oh, there he is.
okay. Well, the fist arrives in darkness.
Well, quick question before the fist arrives. Does Pidu have a chance to try casting a minor?
Oh yeah, go for it.
All right, what happens?
Roll a d100. You cast another random spell of the same level that you have prepared instead. So, it's a first level spell, or
Cantrip.
it's a cantrip. Cast. How many cantrips do you have?
I have 3 other ones. All right, so I fire off a fireball.
All right. I'm gonna say you just cast it off over here, and it's like, oh, geez, fire.
Fuck.
And
Pidu's in a real mood now.
you're like, we were in this nice place where I had magic, and it worked. Now we're back here where it doesn't. It sucks. Like, that's how I see Pigu right now. Just very upset. But
He
yeah.
is. So Pidu is off in a corner. He's gonna ritual cast Tiny Hut.
Like Leomin's tiny hut? No, just tiny hut.
He's making a little. He's gonna spend 10 minutes making this little forest dome that he can hide in. Because ritual casting works.
Yes. Yeah.
The fist can come now.
Anyways,
He has my permission.
Darkness has arrived, and the fist arrives. The warriors of the Crow clan slipping forward to establish a corridor down which the Fist's vanguard rides, followed by wagons loaded with wounded that have been selected for the boat. Coltane's face is gaunt and lined with exhaustion, and he strides to where you guys wait. Including Duker and Gessler and all them. And and behind them are Sormo, Commander Bolt, and Captain Lull. And Lull has lost the damaged eye from the last battle you fought with her. A blood-soaked bandage now resides where it used to be, and Bolt is missing a left ear now, a loose flap of flesh had been sewn to where it once been, and Gessler eyes the captain, Lull, up and down, and growls his greeting to her, and he's all like, "You ain't as pretty as I remember, sir."
That's
And
rude.
she laughs. "Huh, I know you by reputation, Gessler. Once a commander, then a captain, now a sergeant. You got your boots to the sky on a ladder. And head in the horse shit, aye, sir. 2 left in your squad? Well, 1 officially, sir. The lad over there's sort of recruit, though not properly inducted, so just me and Stormy." "Stormy? Not Carthanon Fist's adjutant Stormy?" And Stormy's like, once upon a time." And the captain turns to Colton, is like, "Hood's breath, Fist, we've got 2 of the Emperor's old guard here. as Coastal Marines. It was a quiet posting, sir. Until the uprising, anyway. Call your lad up, Sergeant. And Truth kind of walks up. And Lull looks him up and down and is just like, "You're in the Marines now, lad. And as for you, Stormy," and Gessler pipes up. He's all like, "If you promote us, sir, I'll punch you in what's left of your face, and Stormy will likely kick you while you're down, sir." And Bolt, getting very angry at this, is all like, "Sergeant, would you punch me as well?" "Yes, sir. And Hood, take me. I'll give the fist crack thong a yank too, if you ask sweetly." And there's a moment of dead silence as everyone's just flabbergasted at how like disrespectful this guy is being, right? And the fist Coltane is going to walk up, and he's barking a laugh, and that causes some nearby dogs to start barking. And Coltane's all like, "What would Carthanon Crust have said to that, soldier?" And Gessler's all like, "He'd have punched me in the..." And he gets no further as Colton's fist lashes out, catching Gessler flush in the nose. The Marine's head snaps back, his feet leaving the ground, falling on his back with a heavy thud. Coltane wheels around, clutching his hand, though, as if he's just connected with a stone wall. Sormo is going to step up and grabs the fist's hand and examines it, and is all like, "Spirit below, it's shattered!" And all eyes are now swaying to Gessler, who's sitting up with blood gushing from his nose. And Nil and Nether kind of jump back, hissing, and kind of like point at Gessler, who's bleeding, and is all like, "That man, that blood, he's almost ascended, yet the fist..." And now everyone's staring at Coltane, and Gessler's kind of like holding his nose, and he's all like, "I guess I'll take that promotion now, fist." And Coltane's grabbing his hand, and he's all like, "Ready your ship, Captain." And Gessler's all like, "Aye, sir," and goes to like get the ship all ready with the rest of them and all that. And yeah, him and his boys are going to take a bunch of your wounded soldiers to Erin, where hopefully they will recover from their wounds.
Only hopefully.
But yeah, after Gessler and his squad depart on the ship with the wounded, just a second, transfer you guys over. What's left? Boop 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 boop. You guys kind of just head back to camp, doing all this fun stuff. But yeah, basically, as you guys get back, Pigu, you're, well, conscious now. I would like you to make a, Arcana check or Perception check. Okay.
Pidu's stuck in his little like hut. He does not care. He doesn't know anything.
Apparently so.
Ozo, you make a Perception or Arcana check.
Also, cast Dispel Magic. He's so fucking cruel.
Okay, you...
Ozzo would have to roll a D100 if he dispelled magic.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
You feel, what you can only describe as outrage. Like, you just sense it.
Like, what kind of outrage? Like,
Just anger. Like,
Okay.
how dare you? But you just feel it. You don't know where it's coming. And the camp is quiet for most of the night, but you keep feeling this. And then there's a large cracking sound, like thunder. And a portal opens up in the middle of the camp. And 3 pale horses thunder from the portal, all screaming in terror, followed by more, all harnessed to a massive carriage that comes behind them. The carriage is fire-scorched, a gaudily painted leviathan riding atop 6-spoked wheels that are taller than a man. And the warlock, you now understand this outrage, Ozzo. Obviously, it's the outrage of whatever god resides over the warren which these people just came barreling from. Similar to how you guys came back into this world.
I don't know what to do with these feelings.
But anyways, the carriage comes to a halt, and a tiny bare door opens, and a man emerges, with difficulty squeezing his considerable bulk through the opening. And he makes his way towards Coltane, whose guards kind of like ready weapons and stuff. And he begins speaking. You, sir, have much to answer for. And he grins, exposing gold-capped, diamond-studded teeth. Your exploits
Really?
tremble the Warrens. Your journey is wildfire in every street in Darujistan. No doubt every city, no matter how distant. Have you no notion of how many besiege their gods on your behalf? Coffers overflow. Grandoy's plans of salvation abound. Vast organizations have formed, their leaders coming to us, to the Trigal Trade Guild, to pay for our fraught passage. Though all the guild's passages are fraught, which is what makes us so expensive. The great city of Darujistan and its remarkable citizens, dismissing in an instant your empire's voracious desires on it and themselves, bring you this gift, by the way of shareholders of Trigal, the foulest tempered, greediest creatures imaginable. But that is neither here nor there, for here we are we not? Let it not be said of the citizens of Daru with capacities belying their modest containers. Coltane of the Crow clan, chain of dogs, I bring you food. I bring you water. And then the man joins the fist and also the historian, where maybe in the command tent for a lengthy discussion. And when they emerge, the fist is wearing a shiny new necklace. And basically, all this food and water is now being passed out, and everyone gets a fair share of food and water, and everyone is all happy dandy about that.
Yeah, Peter sneaks out of his little hut to eat food and drink water, wherever that is.
It's like a little gopher, and
People
then
are
like as soon as somebody
hanging out
arrives,
in
they're
a
like,
wagon.
Okay, once he gets his food and water, he ducks back into his tiny hut.
It's like
Some might say scampered.
"It's amazing."
everybody's taking the food and stuff. Like they're forming queues.
Yeah, and it's cool. Basically, they're like, all handing out to guards. Like guards have these like bags of holding that are just filled with like amazing food, like cured sweet meats, like delicacies, fucking like smoked salmon, all sorts of things that you would never think to see as a soldier, kind of.
Okay.
So you guys are like, what? And apparently, all of this has come from these citizens of Darujistan who have heard about you guys like trudging on the desert, and they're like, yo, let's pay these super expensive merchants to travel via magical means and bring these people food and water because we feel bad for them.
That. Aw.
So yeah. That's what's
Where's the
going down.
guy who like led the crew here? Is he in the tent?
Yeah, he's in the tent, but he's heading back towards his wagon now.
Pidu tries to catch him before, like, as he leaves, and he's like, "How can you use magic right now?"
It is very taxing, but I have protection from the Chained One's infection.
How?
I could sell you something that would aid you, but it would be quite expensive, and
How expensive?
by the looks of it, 3,000 gold councils? Do you have that sort of money on you?
Shit, we did. Is there any wood around?
That is a very good suggestion. Except I still wouldn't be able to make 3,000 fast enough.
Well, if
Fucking
you don't
love
have the money on you, then I must be on my way. Plenty
There's-
more deliveries to make. Man,
Nothing else?
no, just sorry.
Yeah,
I'm a
bye.
very busy man. I must leave now.
It's like,
And he opens up another portal, and they go barreling through and disappear.
so
if
he
I
just
keep
rolled
it
in.
gold now? And it turns into wood later. It's not a joke.
He just rolled in, brought you guys a bunch of food and water.
It's like, I support the war. Good luck.
Basically.
I call yeehaw.
And where were they from? You called it Jedgeslam?
Darujistan.
Sure. Can you type that? Is that possible? I want to try and remember this shit.
A mixture of Jerusalem and Kazakhstan.
I still can't even hear what he said properly. Darujistan.
Jerusalem.
I could show you on the world map where it is.
Yeah.
Ew.
Darujistan. In the free cities. Oh, wow, that's fucking weird. Are the rebelling cities wanting to be like the free cities? Am I not
Well,
hearing anything? Oh, okay.
As to your knowledge, recently the Malazan Empire tried to take control of Darujistan, and what they did is they actually released a ancient Jagged tyrant to go fight the city for them, but that backfired and a whole bunch of people died and all their plans fell apart, and Darujistan apparently was like, hey Malazan people, you know what? Forget all that trying to conquer us stuff. We're gonna send you guys some food and water. Because we're so much nicer than
Fucking sweet.
I give Pigu the look of like, do not fucking eat that.
Do not fucking eat what?
The food you just got from the wagon. Do not eat that.
Pedro's already eaten it.
nothing untoward happened.
So good.
Like,
Like slap the
food
rest
and
of it out
water.
of his hand.
Like the,
Hey, you can't. You can't do that. No one is allowed in my hut. It's a wall of force. You cannot physically get in.
I'm banging on the
This is my
hut.
safe space.
Don't you put that in your mouth.
That's
Oh,
assault.
my mouth.
Don't put it in your mouth. You don't know what it is.
Just like, damn it,
And I'm
Piku.
just like, okay, Ozzo, go away, because I'm about to call Yeehaw over here. The Shadow Demon.
Oh, God.
I want my Shadow Demon back. I want my Shadow Demon here.
You gave the gems to me.
I called one up at our last fight.
Yeah, but you gave it to me.
No, but I own that one, and you have the gems with you. You can call up 2 others whenever you want, but the last one is bound to me.
Oh, okay.
Just
I mean,
like
is that-
Double Dicker is my demon fucking poo head.
Yeah, you have Grey Frog, and I have Yeehaw. I don't know where Yeehaw is. Where's Yeehaw?
As you try to make telepathic connection with Yisha,
Sorry,
it
Yeehaw.
replies,
Yeah?
"Busy mating."
Oh,
Oh no! Ew.
what do I hear in my head?
Ew.
Nothing. Grey Fog is more respectable than that. As I have told you, Grey Fog is a more cultured.
Yeah, but
as a
she's his
mantisan.
mate.
So
So I should hear him
have you
talking,
never
shouldn't I?
heard? Have you never heard
Just
of
hear
a
her in the
tall
background.
man dating a dumb blonde?
I know he's busy. She's busy mating, but
opposites
I should hear
attract.
him mating her.
Opposites attract.
I'm pissed off at her, so I'm just gonna be like, think on sexy thoughts.
Is that what Pigu does, or is that what you say? Oh, I can't hear shit.
What is it you want to talk to her about while she's mating?
I don't want to talk to. Well, I guess I could just talk to her. Oh yeah, I could do that. So instead of bothering her, like I want to know, like, is her god the chained god?
No.
Whose is it? Is she the
explains
dog?
that she serves Shadow Throne and Cotillion.
And those are not the chained god.
Nope.
Does she know anything about the crippled god?
Yeah.
What does she know?
You know what's crazy about this scenario is that the demon
She's
drove
been
Ozzo
fucked.
crazy, but you're driving her crazy.
I need the information. Why is he crippled?
Because he was called down from an alien realm. He is not a god of this world or the realms of this world. He is completely alien. And as he came down, his body shattered and crashed into the world, destroying most of the empire of High King Kalor and the continent of Jakuruku. But
Was it your gods who called him down?
it was not our gods who were there when our gods were not born when this happened, but they were there for later chainings. As you see, he was called down, but then later on various occasions, parts of his body were chained to to Mother Earth, or Burn as she is known, the sleeping goddess, and his body is what is corrupting her, and therefore corrupting the Warrens, causing magic to be
Who chained him?
infected. Various gods. It is not known exactly who were there, but at the latest chaining, my gods were present.
So your gods chained him, binding some of his power to the earth. And a side effect of that is the magic disease.
Sadly, yes, it was not predicted. They make plans now to fix it, but yeah.
Okay,
I
so
see you have been marked though by the chained one. He wishes only pain and destruction on all others. It is understandable though, considering what has been done to
how
perhaps
does that make you feel? You are bound to me, and I've been marked by the chained one.
I do not choose who I serve. I was selected from the tree as a young clutchling. But besides from that,
How does your
I
free will
pity
work? You are bound to me, yet you can blow me off to fuck another one?
we are still living beings in this realm. I am bound to you by blood and by magic, but you do not control me. It is more of an agreement.
What is the... Can I get the text to the agreement?
Can I get the
Can I read the fine print?
Can I get an email?
Yeah, could you just fax that to me, please?
Snail mail? Send it via Magic Caravan.
No, man, that's expensive.
Can the Magic Caravan said that he could sell me a way to not be impacted by the tainted magic. Do you know what this is?
I know not of something of that capacity.
Do you know
I'm
of the
sure
caravan
it's-
that visited us?
No, but it is told that there are many intruders that travel through the Warrens.
Would you
causing
be able
great
to track him out?
opportunities.
Would you be able to track him down?
Would you grant me the freedom to travel the Warrens?
Is there a risk to you?
There is a
You want me to help you. I can't help you when my magic is tainted. How do I untaint it?
I was waiting for you to ask. I admit, seeing you struggle has been amusing. And let me end your struggling. And he just kind of waves his hand in front of you. And he's like, there, my blight has been removed. Although, if you are disrespectful to me like you were last time, I may remove my blessing.
Peter laughs and he's like, I like you. I think we're gonna get along just fine. Is there an easier way for us to talk? Or is it only through this honey?
Here. He throws you this little marble.
Perfect. I take it. What do I do with it?
Hold it. Concentrate. We should be able to communicate. Now,
Okay.
as I said, go. Spread your pain and mine.
Peter has the same type of cackle that he had when he was in that other realm, when he was able to use his magic again. It's the same type of thing. He's like, yes, this is great.
Little monster.
And the god begins coughing again and throws more seeds onto the brazier, and the tent fills with a shit ton of smoke, and you can't see, and you begin coughing and hacking as you're laughing, and then you wake up like coughing and laughing and like yeah, that's how you wake up.
Now nobody's. I'm still in my little tiny.
No one sees this because you're in your own little creepy dome, which is kind of appropriate, seeing as every time you see your god, he's in a tent.
Now we just gotta test out this magic again. So I'm gonna. Oh, what would be a fun one to test out?
Fireball.
Yeah, screw it. I cast a fireball directly above.
In your dome?
Anything. I can shoot stuff outside of my dome. It's just like a wall of force. It's nothing physical.
That's so crazy. I can just like fill your dome full of fire.
So a giant fireball erupts above Pigu's dome,
It's like
and
a
it
fireball.
scares the shit out of everybody.
Pigu is so happy and ready to fall asleep. It's got a pounding headache, right?
Yeah. But yeah, you guys all take a long rest, I guess, after the fireworks.
Actually, I feel like the fireworks would have been in the middle of it, right? Because I would have had to fall asleep and then, all that stuff.
Yeah, you'd fuck over both of our long rests.
Okay, it was just an hour in, so we can still get a long rest, sleep in or whatever.
Oh yeah, you don't actually have to sleep. It's just light activities or whatever. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Pigu is psyched.
Well, you guys awaken from your long rest, and it appears there's a large ruckus outside, and it seems that an emissary, has come from the rebel camp, and the man has come to speak with Fisk Coltane. And you guys are kind of present for this little meeting outside. And rushing from behind come the nobles and stuff, like kind of listening in. And the emissary walks up and he's all like, Corbolo Dom wishes only peace, Fisk Coltane. I bring greetings from him. Humblest servant of Shaik Reborn, commander of the South Army of the Apocalypse. And I bring greetings to you and officers of the 7th Army. And Fisk Coltane's like, our thanks for that. What does he want? Peace! And as proof of his honor, he spared your Wiccan riders who came here to the crossing earlier today, when he could have destroyed them utterly. The Malazan Empire has been driven from 6 of the 7 holy cities. All lands north of here are now free. We could see an end to the slaughter fist. Aaron's independence can be negotiated to the gain of Empress Lasine's treasury. And Coltane says nothing to this, and the emissary hesitates and continues. As yet further proof of our peaceful intentions, the crossing to the north bank will not be contested. After all, Corbolo Dom well knows that it is those elements that provide the greatest difficulty to you and your forces. Your soldiers well defend themselves. This we have all seen, to your glory. Indeed, our own warriors sing songs to your prowess. You're truly an army worthy of challenging our goddess. But these worthy citizens, this war is not theirs. Your journey across the wasteland beyond the crossing shall be difficult enough. We shall not pursue till you will see for yourselves. We shall not pursue to add to your tribulations. Go in peace. Send the refugees across tomorrow, and you will see for yourselves, and without risk to your own soldiers, Kobodo Dom's mercy. And this guy's gonna step up and be like, the Council of Noble trusts in Kobodo Dom's words on this. Give us leave to cross tomorrow, General. And Coltane is like ignoring all of them. Oh. I can get rid of that.
Thanks. The hut is gone. It's been 8 hours.
Anyways, Coltane walks up and he's like, take word back to Corbolo Dom, emissary. The offer is rejected. I am done speaking. And he turns his back and his feather cape is kind of glistening like blonde scales in the wind as he walks away. And some people close around the emissary and just shoo him away. And these guys rush up and they're like, Fist, you must reconsider. And then this guy steps up and he's all like, out of our sight, or I shall have your hides for a new tent. Away with you. And sends all the nobles running away. But later, while planning the actual battle and the crossing and all that, this guy comes running up and is all like, a most dreadful occurrence, Fist. And they're like, oh boy, what's happened? And he's like, another emissary, brought through in secret, met with the council. I sought to dissuade them, but Pulikalar and Nepthara have swayed the others. The refugees shall cross the river, under the benign protection of Corbolo Dom. And hearing this, Coltane turns to his warlocks and soldiers and you guys, and he's like, warlocks, to your clans. Send Bolt and the captains to me. Have the clan's war chief withdraw their warriors from the path. We cannot contest this. Go to the sappers. By my command, they are to join the refugee train. Insignia and uniforms exchanged for mundane garb. And the soldier there's like, won't be necessary. They all wear assorted rags and looted gear anyways, but I'll have them tie their helms to their belts. And then Coltane's like, go. And then he says that to like you guys and Duker and all of them. So you guys go and find some sappers at their posts, and most of them are coiling ropes. And Duker's all like, Coltane commands you to join the refugees. No arguments. Take off your helmets now. And they're kind of like, who's arguing? And he's like, what are you doing with the rope? And they're like, we did some recon of our own, old man. Now if you'd shut up, we can get ready. And the sappers appear from the left side, and one of them's carrying the severed head of a rebel by its braid, and he's like, this one's done its last gnawed at post, and kind of chucks it away. And basically they all just kind of grab their stuff, put ropes on their shoulder, tie their helmets to their belt, throw crossbows, readied crossbows under their rain capes and like loose gear and stuff like that, and they all just rise and make their way into the mass of crossing refugees. As do you, with Duker and the rest, going to support the sappers, and Wiccan horse warriors form a rear guard and protection from the harassing armies at the southern banks. Basically, there is a clash of just a second here, I'll bring you to the next map. Boop, 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 boop.
What the fuck?
Yeah, basically here. Okay, so there's a clash of horses and armor and weapons that announce that the rear guard has been struck. And with that announcement, archers rise from the northern banks of the cliffs, and arrows rip through the clouds of whirling butterflies that are above you and descend on the massive refugees. There's nowhere to hide and nowhere to go. A woman falls back against you, Mariana, actually, and you try to push her upright, but to your shock and horror, you see there is an arrow driven through the babe in her arms and then out into her chest. You cry out in horror and push the body off you as Duker kind of pushes up to you and is trying to like push up to you, and he's like, "Sergeant, get them across." And you kind of see that the sappers have made these like rope railings along the edges of the crossing, not allowing for people to be pushed into the deeper waters on either side. But many are still trampled and left to drown in the muddy waters, the muddy butterfly corpse-ridden waters. As you guys see, all that yellow stuff above you, they're just mad butterflies. They're just migrating, nature and shit. But yeah, I would have you roll initiatives, but I think we're gonna continue this battle next session. Like we're gonna end it here tonight. But I'll have.
I was like, I have no fucking plan for this.
I'm confused who the bad guys are in this context.
We are.
Wait, are we attacking the peasants here?
No, you're basically what's happened is there was an emissary that came and was like, hey, send the peasants send the refugees across and we'll like let them cross, kind of. No worries. And then you guys were like, no, that's obviously a fucking trap, like fuck that shit. And then another emissary came in secret and talked to them by themselves, and they were like, oh, well, we're gonna go anyways, blah, 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 blah. And hearing that, the general was like, well, we can't stop them, so what we're gonna do is you guys are gonna go blend in with them and try to defend them as best they can. Because obviously, giant trap.
Yeah.
And yeah, just...
So is everyone on the like left side of the map from the river bad guys? Or the guys on the road good?
These are all basically here.
Hmm.
Anyone that's not in the teal thing is bad.
Oh,
And also
shit.
there's Sormo.
Which way are we going? We're going left?
Yeah, you guys are going this way.
Okay. So the Wiccans behind us are just like, oh shit! We're under attack!
Yeah,
Wicked.
yeah. But yeah, we're gonna end it here. And hopefully that was...
Thanks for the
That
session,
was
Evan. That was
fun.
fun.
Yeah. That was crazy. That was... So much fucking happened.
Yeah.
I'm like blown away. I'm like, holy shit. Oh, wow. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I'm really glad I have this marble. I'm gonna talk to this guy.
Precious.
You're just like, wait, I can cast magic now?
Marble.
You don't know how bad it is until you've lost it. Peter has
I-
nothing without his magic. Well,
It was
his
almost-
magic
it
and
was
Yeehaw.
almost-
It's a good thing he has Yeehaw.
It was almost as if the crippled god's infection had crippled. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
No, that wasn't it.
That's just a bad pun. Alright, well, I'll see you guys next Monday. Hopefully you guys have a good week and take care of yourselves.
You guys too.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah. See you guys.